Alright, I think we had enough no talking videos now. Now we can let it rip. Like, I bet all the girls are like, oh, Mystical, you traced the same car magazine, you don't even care about us. Like, obviously, there's still some girls that probably like the car stuff, but you know what I mean. They're like, oh, you only care about, like, cars, you don't care about us. Not you. Ladies, I got you. You know what this is, right? No, it's not the dirty ones, if that's what you're thinking. But don't worry. See, it says pre-workout. Yeah. So it's that kind of magazine. Shotgun. There, now the ladies are happy. They're like, yay. Alright. Why does he look so angry? You know why? Because he probably dieted really hard for this photo shoot to get in shape. And he's probably like super dehydrated and everything too. And that makes you cranky. And obviously, let's not forget that trenbolone. That can, one of the side effects of those things is actually like irritation. I mean, well, yeah, you get irritated, so I guess it'll be irritability, or just getting annoyed easily, anger, frustration, basically all, the things you can think of that would make someone kind of have like a mean face. Those things do that. So he's probably hungry and just mad. It's like, you mad, bruh? You mad? Come at me, bro. Rest in peace to the greatest Ziz. Yo, speaking of Z's, I don't like that Jeff Side guy, yo. Like, totally ripped off Z's. Like, you know what I mean? I find that annoying. I don't know. It's just like, Z's was the original, right? So, like, I don't know, it's like all these guys that like straight up just started copying his style, acting like him, trying to do their hair like him. It's just so fake and pretentious. Try to dance like him, but they can't, because there's only one Z's. God bless his soul and may he rest in peace. But speaking of Just Side or whatever, what annoyed me the most was that he, like, for the longest time, even now, he doesn't really care to give Z's credit. I'm sure most of these guys don't. They just try to like make it as if like, oh, they're all original and stuff, and people who don't know any better, they follow it, and they think, oh, they're the ones that came up with this style and everything. I think maybe now he's like kind of acknowledged it a bit, but not really. And I don't like that. It's like, if somebody inspired you, like, say it, like, Z's like inspired me, back when like I like got bored of working out, came across his videos and it's like, okay, let's go, you know. But the girls are like, what are you talking about? We don't care about you talking about random nonsense. We just want you to trace the muscle. I'm tracing the muscle, ladies, but I'm also letting you know some information on the guy who's the godfather of all those fitness models and YouTubers that you guys look up to. Like, Z's inspired all of them. No question about it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, people might be like, oh, but Arnold and all that. Yeah, but Z's brought out the whole aesthetic thing, yo. He changed it. Because before it was all about looking like this, right? Not that there's anything wrong with it, but, you know, the whole, like, toned look that ladies love, he pretty much was like the godfather that made that look famous, to the point where he inspired millions and millions of people to get in shape and get shredded, you know. I was one of those people, cause like in the beginning when I started, I was just all about becoming a mass monster, and I got pretty big and strong, right? But then I got bored of training, cause like, you know, you have to like keep stuffing food and all that 24/7 and lifting heavy. You barely like, you know, have a life, really. It depends on how hard you go, but I went all out, right? So my goal was to look like this guy. But then, you know, you kind of get bored of being like super big and all that, I guess. Or I just got bored of training, you know. Wanted something new, and then, you know, the whole like super shredded, like lightweight look was kind of inspiring. It was like, alright, new goal, let's do this, let's try it out. And it was honestly amazing. Like, a lot of people don't realize, like, once you get shredded, like, shredded is really just like a term for like, you know, when you like lower your body fat percentage enough, like it doesn't matter how much you weigh. You can weigh $100, like not $100. I mean, you can weigh like 100 pounds, you know, and still be fat, or like skinny fat or overweight and not look good. And like, you know, you could be 200 pounds but shredded, as in like lean, and you'll look way better than like the person that's 100 pounds. Like, I'm kind of like, I know like most guys are gonna be like, what, 100 pounds? Like, who wants to weigh 100? No, I'm like referring to the ladies to kind of like give them a perspective. I'm sure most already know all this, but anyways. But yeah, so the thing is, once you get shredded, right, like your face changes. Like, I don't know, it's hard to explain. You guys seen those statues, right? Like those Greek gods and all that. Like, have you seen like their facial features, like how they change? Like, they look so lean and like godly. Yeah, that's what being shredded does to your facial features. It makes you look prettier, I guess, because it kind of brings out like your bone structure. So, you know. But yeah, I wanted to look like this guy when I started. But then I like, you know, was like, oh, being shredded and leaner, and it's like, I guess a bit lighter, it's probably the way to go, you know, because it just looks more athletic. Like, before I just looked like a damn, like, WWE wrestler. Or some nonsense. Right? Even though, believe it or not, like, you know how people are like, oh, when I was a little kid, I wanted to grow up and do this and that, right? For me, I wanted to be a WWE wrestler, straight up, and I thought you could get there naturally. Boy, was I wrong. Like, you know, I guess when you're like young, right, and kind of naive, you just think, oh, if you just work out harder than everyone else, that you could get that big. I was there. I used to think that, you know. But the level of like conditioning and size that performance enhancing substances bring to the table, natural just can't compete. Yo, it's the sad reality. Like, you can get pretty impressive being a natural, but you know, like compared to like the performance enhancing stuff, it's honestly nothing. Like, it's sad, but it is what it is, you know. Like, you can still have a great body, you know, but just don't like think that you're gonna become Mr. Olympia being natural. Cause I always wanted to be like Mr. Olympia. I thought that was so cool. I know it's like a lot of people like, ew, we don't even like that look. I know, but this is just what I was into. I wanted it for myself. I didn't like, you know, want to do it for like, oh, to impress someone or some nonsense. Get what I mean? It's just like the look that I was like, alright, this is like what I want to look like. But then after training for so long, you realize that you can only get so big naturally, you know, with good conditioning. So